ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat. Ooh, and she felt intrigued. Trying to duck the LMPD. Go and get your self-esteem. And she trying to link up. So much we got synced up. Pulled up in the dinged up whip. This ain't Pepto Biz. What this pink stuff is. Gonna tell me. Yeah, you heard me, you ain't felt me. I've been moving, I've been shaking. Go and hit me on the celly. Try to sell me on something while I hold it compelling. Ever since I've been gone like Kelly. They been trying to tell me about this and that. I ain't chatting with you, we ain't going tit for tat. Trying to tell me how to get in the bag. We're going to get in your bag. I'm about to get in it. I'm like, automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'm in these.
The rain is falling, the fans are soaked, but here's the bottom line. We've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Cleveland Browns. Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, Week 1. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Ball carrier.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Ball carrier.
You might remember Nick Chubb. He had a heck of a game last year in Week 4 in what turned out to be a 40-25 Browns win over these Ravens. He finished with 165 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. Of course, never fear for the Ravens, though. After that loss, they went on a run. They would win their next 12 in a row to finish the regular season at 14-2. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. Now a play fake here on first down. Out to his left. And this is incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
2nd and 6.
Big time drive. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
On 2nd and goal, Mayfield. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Touchdown.
From 3 yards out. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. From the gun, Jackson toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Following the interception, Mayfield. They'll roll him out right. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Jarvis Landry, Pro Bowl wideout, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Got a man, that's Rashard Higgins.
This is too easy
and
right here.
all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Rashard Higgins.
Rashard Higgins, 34 yards. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be taken down right around the 27. Yeah, it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. The 20. 10.
I'm going to show you,
man. Is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, 73 yards. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They go play action. Mayfield rolling to his right. And that's incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Chubb. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the 1st. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Flushed out right. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
He was tackled.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. He can run for it, and he will. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here comes Dobbins on the toss right. And some space here. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. Give him 42 yards on the ground.
10 at the 22-yard line.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Mike 22 is coming. 22 is coming. Mike.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Steps away. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It was Myles Garrett that time who got in there and brought him down.
There's Myles Garrett forcing another offensive lineman to yell, look out, to his quarterback as he ends up putting him on the deck. 30.5 sacks in his first 3 seasons. Easily one of the best 3-down defensive ends in the NFL.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson, they go screen. This is Ingram. And he'll go down at the 28. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
3rd down.
Jackson from the shotgun, looking for the end zone. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down, brings up 4th.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
For the field goal, a 45-yard attempt.
And Tucker left that one out to the right. It's no good, off the mark, and this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
The Browns drive about to get started. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Mayfield tosses one complete to Landry. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he completes it to Hunt. Fights through, and now a crease. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, 30 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
Jackson's pass.
And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line.
Back at the 19-yard line.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And this is going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. Fielded at the 43. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
49-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment?
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. Flush to his right. And he'll find a man. That's Landry. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. Following the penalty, Chubb. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Yard line.
And now a 1,000-yard rusher season to go. It's Mark Ingram. Pretty nice move, but not a ton of space there. They stop him shy of the 25. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. On 3rd down, Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big-time 3rd down play for the Ravens. And even 40 yards.
10 at the 36-yard line.
Undercross. Check three. Jumper. Raise it up. That's me.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
And you know he wants to make the most of every carry because he competes with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson, 4 carries and yardage. But Mark Ingram, over 1,000 yards last season. And then the Ravens went out and drafted J.K. Dobbins out of Ohio State in the 2nd round. So now the Ravens potentially have 2 guys to pair with Lamar Jackson in the run game. Wishbone formation, anyone?
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a 1st down.
Raise it up.
Jackson will keep it. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
And goal.
This time Jackson will throw it. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
A loss of 2 yards.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And this Browns defense stands tall.
Is a turnover on downs.
The Browns drive about to get started. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Second and 10, third quarter of the season opener. They run it again with Chubb. And he's got some space here. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
He was brought down by
a gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
And the Browns first down.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And across midfield, he goes into Raven territory.
Cleveland ball carrier.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland. And even 40 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Ravens 10-yard line.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
Number 13.
From 10 yards out. And the Browns add on to their lead. So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. And when that receiver's at a full head of steam, if you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. But if you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that play.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week one because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. From the gun, Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 7 yards to pick up there. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 40-yard line.
Here we go, D, get off the field. Check.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Mark Andrews, a first-time Pro Bowler, the intended target. And it's 3rd and short. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And that will be incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
The 14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. 14 yards, and the Ravens get a bit closer. Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns in his MVP season of 2019, and he's into the end zone here as well.
And when you hear that 7 rushing touchdowns in 2019, doesn't it surprise you a little bit?
Yeah, you almost expect more, right?
Yeah, in your mind, you're thinking Lamar Jackson got in the end zone a bunch more. That might be what he does in 2020.
2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick.
For Baltimore.
And the Browns are able to cover this one up. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
That one good for 33 and a first. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
I don't want to seem absurd, but that boy's a gangster. Focusing on me, wasn't Tel Aviv. Barbados with the hustle, pockets LIDs. Distinctive destinations, all I want to see. Oceanfront residences, 3 different ones.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack. After the sack on 1st down, Jackson, he gets this underneath to Dobbins. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw is Jackson. To throw on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Watch the run. Check that.
4th down, here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 30.
Take off your helmet and give me a kiss next time.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Ravens cut into that lead.
Point conversion.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late. But they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Their own 30-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. On 1st down, Chubb able to get forward for about 4 as he's taken down.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
2nd and 2.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Here's Beckham now. It's a jet sweep. And shedding through the tackle. And he is finally brought down at the Ravens 8. It's a big play there there for the Browns. 43 yards. Well, for a play that didn't look like much at the snap, that jet sweep turned into a big play in a hurry.
And how about how they ran the play? Because they obviously caught the defense out of position and not expecting that one, and that turned into a nice chunk of yardage. Well, how about the execution? On the handoff, most of the times we see on the jet sweep, they punch it forward so that if it falls to the ground, it's just an incomplete pass. Here, you got to execute it well, otherwise it's a fumble.
They'll try again with Chubb, and he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb